Good morning. How is everybody? We get started here in just a minute. Got some really cool topics today. A couple of things to share. But we'll get started shortly. Might need more coffee.
Man, ran my first tarot deck I ever bought myself. Haven't used. Remember when I went to Sunken Treasures and had this deck.
Sunken Treasures is so freaking awesome. I miss that store so much.
Tattoo Tarot.
It was so good. Good morning, JC, Bob, Unexplained.
Good morning. Oh, I thought it said predatory here.
Sorry, I didn't have the chat up. We were just getting things moved around a little bit.
You've never had coffee?
Unexplained does not drink coffee. I will tell you, I only drink decaf now, so there is no kick-in. It just tastes good with the right creamer. But good morning. I thought of a really good title right after I hit publish. Souls and Salann.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to talk today about Salann and Souls. Those are our two thingies. We're having some internet hiccups this morning, so there might be some lag, so apologize for that. And we are listening to the Relaxed Movement playlist on YouTube. It's very calm.
What spread is this one?
We'll have to play it.
Rose spread. I'm going to have to use this.
So we're doing a full show today. We are back in real business. We need to post an actual schedule and get caught up in our Discord. I've seen some creative stuff posted in there. Love seeing the stuff you write and make, Dragon. It's so
I like this rose
amazing.
spread.
You want to try it?
I want to do
Let's take our tarot with us today.
I'd like to do tarot stream. I think that'd be fun.
We've been saying that for how long now?
But now I have to do it for a grade for school. So I need to practice.
What, a tarot stream?
No, a tarot reading instructor for a challenge.
Here's my cup if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I hope everybody is doing phenomenal.
Ooh, I'd like cinnamon, please.
Phenomenal.
Phenomena. Oh, I gotta see. I work at.
You saying you do work at 4?
Mm-hmm. I'm texting you. I do need to get it.
Okay. We're coming up on a new moon soon. Thank you for that.
What's that?
For the coffee. I don't know if you guys can hear the music at all. Can you guys hear the music at all? If not, I'm going to try a setting changed. Oh, that is exciting, Unexplained. You let us know when we can talk, and we will. And slowly is the strongest, in my opinion. When we do things slowly back to goals that we've had previously that we're revisiting, we'll surpass them and come back so much stronger. Okay, I'm gonna try this. It might blare, so please let me know if it comes out too loud. Because I can only see the negative, whatchamacallit thingies. Let me know if you do hear it. So we got a lot to talk about today. So much has happened. I know we did our last week, which that was rough. Huh?
What day would be good for you to take the thing to her tomorrow?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But it can be this week, I'm sure. We'll get that figured out. All right, so the music is in transition. I'm gonna put it on a normal 12 decibels, and it may get too loud though. Thanks for being the guinea pigs on figuring that out, because it changes with each setting. For some reason, it likes to reset it. Cybertopian Neon, that is freaking awesome. I'm so excited. I have not read my Discord messages in a minute. I'll have to catch that up. Dragon, you are absolutely 100% for sure. Yes. And honestly, in my last reading, I kind of felt like character development is kind of out and attention is now in. Okay, good. If it's too loud, let me know. I have it playing through the internal system, so it should stay even despite what we have it on out here, which is technically better. I'm just waiting for you-know-who to come over here so we can get started. So this is, I haven't really used them before, but I listen to them a lot while I'm working. It's called the Relaxed Movement. Really great. It's copyright free, so it's good for, you know, when we're streaming, but also it's just calming and even and just nice little lo-fi feel. Truly one of my favorites. Really good to me. I call it the study music, right? So, you know, you can get a nice background going and it just feels comfortable. Blessings to you, Joy. I think we're finally starting to get back into the swing of things after the weeks we've had. Yeah. Yeah, I have the other fan on if you want to just aim it to us. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And it's on low. You can turn it up one if you want. And can you close my iPad so it doesn't waste the rest of the battery? Yeah. Thanks. Blessings. Yeah, so we were maybe a little bit further in. Turn it the other way. Yes. Better. That way it's blowing on you and not me because I'm cool. We need to check our calendars again with Joy because we know things are going down at the you. What are you looking for? You had all morning to get ready. The glider's right here. Right in front of where you were doing your diamond. Right in front of your diamond art. You were getting ready to say something already, but you couldn't find it. So many things, yes. Things are actually good. I'm still obviously sad about the loss of our lovely VG. But we do have lots of new soul additions to the group. And they are so far getting along swimmingly, but oh, are they stressful. I'm I'm still stalling, waiting for Rook to get in here and sit down so we can start. Yeah. Finn's being a good big brother. So far. I don't know. Wonder we might be able to bring it today. I don't know. I will see. Let me looking up some other things.
Now then, who's little babies? Who is this baby? Who's this baby? Is this Piper? Oh, yes,
All
two
right.
of them. Okay, sorry, baby.
And we're going to listen to that message. I didn't see it. I missed it. So we will check that out. Unexplained, just so you know.
This one wants to come to me. I'm sorry, Piper.
You want to call our corners?
Yes, I'm sorry, baby.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to start this week. Hear me, friends and ancestors from the East. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the South. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the West. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters, the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the North. Reach my feet and the work of my hands, the earth in my toes, and my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Bon appetit. Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust. Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast. I'm going to move to a quick slideshow about some Salann things so that you can kind of see as I get my petite upset. She's not been included.
I love you, little baby. Oh, I love you, love you, love you. I have a baby, and her name is Primrose. And I just want to hold her all the
So
time.
we're going to talk today about Salann and souls. Not necessarily together, just two different things, but they are loosely and not loosely connected. They're connected. Ma, stop licking at me. You're a pain in the butt. We're going to come back to this slideshow a little bit later as well.
Oh, that's so good. It makes me want to do a dance. Did we have VG when we started this? Or did we start it before we got VG? I don't remember. I don't think we had it going.
I think we did in 2020 when we started,
Oh, yeah,
and then we
yeah.
got VG in 21, right?
True. That's true, baby. Have a baby.
We'll come back to some of those pictures. So I hope everybody's had a good morning getting started. I know it's still early. It's just hitting 10 o'clock Eastern. So for those of you on the other side, we got some 6s and 7s in the morning. So sorry.
Sorry. Joy.
So
Joy.
you get to see, this is Piper.
No.
Is that Prim?
That was Prim.
You see her nose. Yep, that's Prim. Piper's under your chair. Yep. The only way I can tell them apart is if they're standing side by side or look at their noses. So,
Gotta check in with Joy.
Primrose, Piglet. Y'all should see how she eats. She eats so aggressively that her whole entire body looks like it leaves her, and her butt goes in the end. She's nuts.
Like this. I don't know what.
But she's pretty, and she chews everything. Uh-oh, Piper is stirring. Just be careful. She's
VG
under your foot.
visits us through Primrose.
That is for sure.
VG visits us through, yeah.
Uh-huh. She's a cute ball of fluff. There's another ball of fluff on the floor, but I'm not going to mess with her because she's a little bit more, persnickety. Yeah.
I'm sorry I disturbed you. But I have to hold them now like him because soon they'll be too big to hold. Yeah. Maybe too big.
All right. So we are currently in a waning crescent moon. We are 2 days away from new moon. So tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, new moon energy. If you're interested in following that, and I will say the new moon will be crossing in Libra, still in Libra now, but we'll be crossing into Libra or through Libra into Aquarius. You know, and really just kind of feeling all of the energy that we have, everything that's going on. You know, Libra is a cardinal sign. This is really the beginning of autumn from the zodiac, right? Runs up until October 23rd as far as the zodiac sign itself. But for the moon in zodiac or in Libra, we are highly in our thoughts and our minds. So this new moon is a great time to do things, magic stuff that really propels your thoughts, your mind, your logistics, your logicalness into forward motion. So really, really exciting time. New moons for me are great times to do magic of new beginnings, of refreshing, of restfulness, and the pause right before big things come. So great time for that kind of magic to me. We're the very end of the waning, so I wouldn't, you know, I'm already ready for the new moon energy. Like Dragon said earlier, I really have had enough character development for a while, and so this is time to just put into practice all those things that we've learned over the last year or more, because it's been a lot. And good morrow, Manny.
Good morrow. How is one doing today?
How is one doing?
How does one know what one doesn't know?
One doesn't know.
One doesn't know.
But they know that they doesn't know.
They know that they don't know, or do they know that they don't know?
They should know that they don't know.
How does one know what one doesn't know? Put down, baby. I love you. Oh!
She is so precious.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She's precious. Big fluff ball.
And I've learned anytime an animal wants attention, they get it. They get love when they want it. Every time. Yeah.
They do.
They want love, they get it.
Well, that's not good, Manny. I hope things get better for you. I've been trying to keep up, but I honestly haven't even been on Facebook or looking at anything really with the past events of the past 2 weeks, so it's been really unfun.
Look, I have a second job that works for the government on the weekend, and it was so eerie going there yesterday because the company I work for is not the government, so we have to go and work. But I feel so bad. I hope that everybody gets back to work soon. I mean, I really was walking around putting some good energy out for those folks. I hope it's resolved and back pay comes soon.
Yeah, I do too. That's really, really disappointing. Hopefully we'll be able to see some here. We've had some pretty clear skies, but you know, there's just a lot of light pollution here with us.
Ooh.
Well, look at that.
Cheers.
So yeah, let's do our normal. I'm almost done with Journey of the Souls.
So I can start it?
I have been sidetracked by our new diamond painting habit.
Oh, it's wonderful. I wonder if Joy's ever done that.
Not sure. Go ahead.
That's it.
Tell us about your diamond painting.
No, that was it.
Nope. You were so interested and excited to get it out. I want to let you finish all that thought.
Yeah, I just said I wonder if joy.
All right. So what are you reading lately?
I'm reading the Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard. It's in a class I'm taking by Oberon Zell Ravenheart. It's really good. Right now at this particular time, it's just very
Morning, Kelvin.
basics. A lot of basic stuff that's nice to revisit. Not just basic stuff, some other stuff I didn't know. Right now I'm reading about the colors of magic.
I wonder how those fit in with the colors of metaphysics. It'd be interesting to know.
We should compare.
Yeah.
We should compare.
As I was saying earlier, I've been reading The Journey of Souls, getting really close to the end of it. It's very thought-provoking. I'm excited to get into the second book, but I haven't been reading as much because we picked up a new habit, which is diamond art. And when you do this diamond art, like, your brain completely closes down and you just don't think about anything, and it's so nice. So if you're looking for something that requires a lot of attention to it and not other things to kind of divert a little bit, diamond art, diamond painting is a pretty cool and really inexpensive thing to do. So throw that out there. Yeah. Well,
slow magic?
I hope that gets better, really. Manny, that's not a good place to be. Let us know if we can do anything, or if you want to chat here or offline, either one. We'll be around. Slow magic and revisiting the Tao. Okay. I don't know anything about either of those. I might have to look them up. I'm really, like, the Journey of Souls is really near-death experience based and kind of talking about, like, soul lives and soul matters, which is really cool. Not something that I've really, jumped into before. So it's kind of nice to have something I'm not familiar with. And yes, I do want to finish it so that Rook can get it eventually. So yeah.
My assignment this next 2 weeks is to make a color tabard. So picking a color of magic that resonates, making a tabard over it to wear.
Making a what?
A tabard. It's like this little, not shawl, but this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the thing that the priests wear.
So we'll try to figure that out. I have to figure out how to hem. That's the only thing I don't know. So to learn how to hem the edges.
I know somebody that can show you.
I do too.
Even though your sewing machine hasn't been gotten out in a long time.
Yeah,
Or the piano.
The perfect opportunities. I have my things and I have the time and place that I need them. One thing. So now will be a time.
I don't know what I'm going to read next. Hegel's Greater Logic. I am not familiar with that one.
Yes, I do. I have a machine to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's have to figure out. A good one.
I have not read the grimoire. Rook has gotten it for me, but I still am just trying to finish everything else. I'm going really slow.
Oh, what do you think of? Oh, what do you think, Manny? This book really. The grimoire. Hi, baby. She's got a cat. The grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard really is really cool. It's just, I find it very, very enjoyable read. I really like it. I like it.
Seems like something to read very slowly.
I find it's just really good information, and it spends to me the appropriate amount of time on each topic and then moves. And everything I've read in here, first part is very helpful, useful.
Good.
Ooh yeah.
Love it. Oh, the little fluffer. Yeah, her and the cats. They have a thing. That one back there is being pretty good for the most part. Finny.
Who's this one?
We have so many books that there's so many more that I want that you guys recommend. I need to make a list because I just need to get through some before I move on. But yeah, great book, Kelvin. I have read it. I have a copy. The
Ooh.
Left Hand Path, Friedrich Nietzsche and the Left Hand Path by Shea Blay.
Oh.
Very good. It was hard for me to understand because I'm not familiar with Nietzsche, so I actually got some books on Nietzsche, and I am even more lost than I was before. But Shea's book is actually pretty readable and gives you enough context that it's followable, but it was a little out of my league. So I want to reread it after reading a little bit about Nietzsche and learning a little bit more about Nietzsche. So
He's a very smart guy. Shea, is that the one we interviewed that time?
he's been on a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice
very
guy.
Intelligent guy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Always got a good comment.
What are we searching for?
Are we spinning in our searching?
Yes.
Yes.
So, Joy, most recently, in my trying to get back to meditating properly, because I've been out of practice for a minute, the thing that has just been coming up to me lately is seeking, but active seeking and not just finding. But I got these images on my last meditation where I'm really trying to find and not like find myself, because I'm not lost, but seeking more truths about the universe of which I am a mirror to. And that has been really, really pushed by a couple of things that I would share. One is Journey of Souls. The second is the Sunday, Sinful Sunday school that we've been going to every once a month. Having so many different people talk about their paths and their interests has been phenomenal, and meeting like-minded people that are not like-minded. Like-minded in that they're open to experiences, but different in their way of doing it. So it's been phenomenal. It's just an amazing experience. And then, I've been listening to a couple of podcasts, people that I've been with for a while, and some new ones. I'll share those. Mayim Bialik's breakdown, some near-death experience stuff. Danielle McKinnon is also another really good one. But all of these discussions about, reconciling science and faith. And are the two mutually exclusive? I truly believe not, but that was a huge topic. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you want to find and hear somebody who's very scientifically minded and trained, like Mayim Bialik, and her partner on the podcast too is very Reiki healer, energy healing, and their guests, which they've switched from, they do a lot of anxiety stuff, a lot of PTSD stuff, a lot of all mind stuff. They've really shifted into this space of the next evolution of humans, and I think they're on the right track. So you really, really should check that out if you guys are interested. It's great information. I love it.
Ooh, Manny.
So I want to hit Bob real quick first. The most misunderstood philosopher of all time is good old Freddy. Yes, I have a hard time. I have Beyond Good and Evil, and my attention is just too short to stay on top of it. It really is. I just don't hold it for some reason. Manny, we talked about this last night on Apocrypha. How we're so disconnected because we filled our stuff with so much time for other things
That don't matter.
that don't matter.
That are unimportant.
But we have to in order to live in this current society.
We have to. But God, that's how I've been feeling that too, man.
Yes, I have been blessed that lately my job has been very conducive.
They say we all save a little money and build a high spire somewhere and go and be ladies and men of the wood and wizards.
That would be
of the
great.
Glen and have our own thing. Hey, Nick.
That would be great. Nick, hey. Good morning.
There's actually, I've seen recently in the past couple of years, not from a spiritual thing, I don't think, but it was even on TV. Do you remember seeing that? Where they're like, come join the nature off the grid, some settlement. And it was even a commercial on the TV, and you would reach out and kind of showed they farmed and all this stuff. I don't know if anybody remembers that. You remember seeing that?
In Florida?
I'm not sure if it was in Florida. But I was surprised that it even came on TV about it.
Yeah, it was Homesteaders.
Yeah, something like that. Homesteaders.
And Homestead Rescue and whatever.
Yeah, come be a part of getting back to life and in touch. Like, oh man. You
Yep.
probably have to sell your house, I'm sure, and give them money or something
Mm-hmm.
for the settlement. Looked like a neat idea.
Very neat. I have no clue what I was saying. So yeah, I think Joy makes a really good point. I feel extremely clear about what I'm searching for and finding right now. My seeking has a path, and it's so good. It's very, very interesting to to really try to reconnect in the way that society has us hold up, because you have to work, you have to pay for your rent, you have to be a part of the system that you don't want to be a part of. And I say have to because it's really hard to get out of, although some people do. Like, where I'm not capable of getting out of the system right now, I don't think, but that's okay, because my work is leading me to learning new things at the moment. But I need to get back into real meditation. That is something I have not been doing, and it is such a, it's almost like it's a distraction in my day that I need to get over. Yeah, the mobile homesteaders. I'll have to see if we can figure out what that is. Eco-socialism. That's something new for you? Question mark? I think I can kind of understand what that would be if I put them together, but I'm gonna Google it. The green socialism combines the insight of ecology with socialist thought, particularly Marxism. Posits that the ecological crisis is rooted in the capitalist system, yes, which prioritizes profit over environmental sustainability, yep. Eco-socialists argue that capitalism is fundamentally incompatible with ecological and social requirements for sustainability, leading to environmental degradation, social exclusion, and inequality. Yeah, so absolutely. I feel that one for sure. I'll look at that. Thank you. We'll take a peek. We shall look. Oh, you know what? We'll go ahead to that. Okay, visions. That's very interesting. Finn, leave that cat alone. Finn's so mean. Yeah, Bob, that was something I really, really want to do, is go off the grid. We have solar and we have backup batteries, so we can go off grid, but you know, in Florida and this town we're in, you're not allowed to be off grid. Like, you're not allowed. I'm so interested in disconnecting from some things. I like that, Bob. That would be a great idea. I want to, Dragon. I don't know that we're all comfortable at this point with the winters yet. Huh. Starting a village. Oh yeah, Manny, balancing that's gonna be rough. To balance what you have, because you could make money off of that, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Nick, we are in Cape Coral, Southwest Florida, on the Gulf side. Most people know Fort Myers better, even though Cape Coral is one of the fastest growing city in Florida. We came here when it was kind of dead, and it exploded right after we moved here.
Excuse me.
I would agree with that, Bob, but I don't know if anybody else does.
What?
Winter being the best part, not going to be anywhere without it again.
Fall, not winter for me. But I'm glad somebody likes it.
Fall is definitely the best time of year, but then there's a need for winter. There's a need for the pauseness of winter, which we don't really get down here. But my whole practice this year has been, and I know I've talked about this a few times, has been really to push to see what are the environmental changes in Florida that indicate autumn and winter. And to me, they're there. They're different times. Like, to me, autumn really is starting in like now, like mid to late October. Literally one day, the humidity kind of comes out of the air a little bit, and the sun takes on a more yellow color.
It's definitely a difference you feel like even in the colors, and then I think like the stillness, the feeling of stillness or energy, but it's definitely not the full break of winter that we would get. But I've kind of picked up on it here. But you can get confused, like not knowing what time of year it is, except for if it's in the afternoon, it's getting dark.
Yeah.
And, but otherwise, but that color, to me, it's more of an orange versus a bright yellow in the fall and winter here, like just the color of things.
See, and what it feels like to me in Virginia, where I'm from, the fall colors, the sun is whiter, and in the summer it's yellow. Yep. Rainy, hurricane, dry, and fire. That's about right. Yeah, I know, Manny. I would love to experience that. I'm not gonna lie. I love Florida, and Bradenton. Yes, not very far. But 2 hours, maybe.
Maybe,
two,
yeah.
A little under 2.
You did look at that. Didn't you debunk it or something?
What? Debunk what?
About the dog, the guy and his dog. Hassan.
Oh. Yes. So conclusions, Nick. A lot of the buzz about Hassan and his dog. I mean, I don't love Hassan. I don't think he's the best person ever in this world. I'm not a cult follower. I do listen to his podcast. I'm going to continue listening to his podcast at this point for 2 reasons that I have deduced. One, when looking at the detail of that situation, I can't think. I mean, I can think of enough reasons to what he said is true and enough reasons to what he said is a lie. Good girl. We gotta celebrate when we pee on the pad. Sorry, a little break there.
Good morning, baby.
It's puppy life.
Oh, good baby, good baby.
So it all came down to people saying that his dog yelped when he looked around, and it was because he shocked her with a shock collar. So 2 things. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He says that he didn't, and it is possible that, and my dogs do it all the time. Good example, yesterday. Day before yesterday, I was out back with Piper, our puppy, one of our puppies, and she started squealing, and she does this a lot. She's a loud girl. But I knew something was wrong because she made a different squeal, and her bone had gotten, the little chew toy, had gotten caught on her bottom jaw around her teeth, and it scared her. And I freaked out, of course, and ran and got her off of it. But Ma Petite's nails get caught all the time in yarn or in threads, God. And she squeals. So that is very likely, and that's what he says looked like happened. And when you watch it, I can't see that he shocked the dog. And plus, he reached under and hit a button. Like, no. To me, there's just. I'm not gonna convict the guy because I don't have enough evidence to convict him, and I think it's a bunch of bullshit. In general. Now, new evidence that I haven't seen or videos that I haven't seen maybe change that. Maybe he doesn't treat animals well in other times, but based on all this hullabaloo right now, it's internet hype, and it is mass psychosis, I think. If it comes out or indicates that he did, actively hurt the dog or abuse the dog, I'd be livid. I also am going to say that I absolutely do not agree with shock collars. However, some people do, and I would argue with them and fight them for it, but those things are existence. He got a lot of backlash, but if you watch the video, it just doesn't make sense that he would have shocked the dog the way he said, and the way the dog moved, I just don't see it. Again, my own thoughts, opinions, I could be absolutely wrong. If there's anything that indicates that that's not true, then I absolutely would change my opinion, because abusive dogs is just never okay. Any animal, obviously, but I'd have a fit. But I did, right after we had the last Saturday, I went right on, I watched the video, I watched his response to the video, he showed the video back, the clip, and it just doesn't make sense. that's what happened. I think people just want to be outraged, and kind of tying that in with our topic on Apocrypha last night. Everybody wants to be outraged about something because it's easy to jump on instead of really thinking it through and changing it. And if he, if he did, he'll get his results sometimes when he has to meet whoever it is in the afterlife. He'll pay for that.
I'm very guilty of getting outraged and doing that because it's so easy.
Yeah.
About Republicans, but that doesn't mean that it's true.
So, let me go back up. Yes. So, Joy, the humidity is the thing that I noticed the most, and the change in the grass. Obviously, the grass isn't growing as much because there's not as much rain, but certain types of grass are getting high real fast. And Gina, that is what Hassan said it was. He said it was a vibrating collar that didn't have the ability to, and some people said, no, I know that model, it does. No, that's assumption.
Could it be an enemy of his, or somebody like just talking shit, trying to?
No, the dog was getting out of the bed. He squealed like he hurt himself. But at the same time, Hassan was reaching somewhere, and they said he was reaching for a thing to shock his dog. He wasn't even looking at the dog at the time. So there's just not enough to cancel somebody for something like that at this point. It's too up in the air, in my opinion. Again, new evidence changes things, but I'll come back to that, Nick.
I got one too.
I want to humidity, the difference in the grass. So there's very certain grasses that I've noticed are growing taller and high much, and the other grasses that are not growing, and that was, to me, is like, oh, this is fall. So that's kind of what started. Really, really cool. And learning to see between those two things is pretty cool too. Yeah, discernment for sure. Shot collars, yeah. Vibration setting, agreed. I get people don't think of animals the way we do, and I hate them for it, but that is something I would get outraged about. Yeah, and the vibration setting is enough. Like it's us that have to be patient when we're training the dogs, and not getting frustrated. I yell at the dogs when they're really loud, and people get really nervous that I'm mad at them, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just trying to outcompete them. Not the best training technique, but it does work sometimes. If you outcompete them for sound, they'll quiet. So what are you outraged? This goes right along today. We're talking about Samhain and souls, and so we're going into the time of ancestors. We're going into the time of thankfulness and reflection, and to me, that's all parts of joyfulness and pride in ourselves. Not like that kind of pride, but then just being good with who we are, and family, and the hearth. And this is the season we're going into with fall, with passing through Maven now into Salann. It really speaks to me that we're in this place of togetherness. And so what's outraging me the most right now is that so many people and I've been doing really well not to get outraged, because I'm learning, and we'll talk about this with his outrage, I think. I'm trying really hard to separate the soul from the person and recognize that when somebody in my kind of belief system that's currently forming, when a soul selects its contract and comes to the earth, its expression through its personhood can be very poor and very difficult. It's very hard to be a lot of these really terrible people. I don't have pity for them. I don't even know that I have compassion for them, but I do have consideration, I will say, for their soulness and their connection, because even the worst people in the universe we are connected to. I mean, if you believe we're all connected, then we're connected to the shit too, right? It's part of it. And recognizing that and working through that makes life a little bit easier, to be a little bit less outraged at just life in general. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not, as a human being, outraged at things. I can still be that, but I feel differently now. I'm not as angry at certain things that I was before, or hateful at certain people, even though things that they do in my mind deserve getting hate. So with that being said, what I am currently outraged about the most is just the treatment of people in general. I think our current government treats people like shit. I think a lot of people that support the current government the way it is treat people like shit. And I am sad for them because it is misleading. And it's not because I hate Trump. It is because Trump has, and always has represented the bully in my life that has torn me down from a small kid to who I am now. It's the person that calls you the F word. It's the person that uses the N word. The person that uses all of these things and illegal aliens. Just because somebody's from another country, they are not alien, they are not illegal, they are humans, and they are connected to us just like anybody else. Those things I am rageful about. I am angry that those things exist, and I'm very, very frustrated that people support things that are hateful towards others. And that's that. And federal government mostly, but I mean our state government I'm not incredibly happy with either. But definitely just, and let me even say there's individual people that are controlling things that are I don't feel good about. But again, I am purposefully connecting and holding that ragefulness in a space. And it is tangible and it's there and it's needed because we have to fight. And in the human world, we need to do that because that's who we are. But I still have consideration for that person being connected to me too. Charlie Kirk is a good example. Trump is a good example. I don't hate them anymore like I felt before. I hate who they have become in this life. And I have consideration for their soul that this is probably not going to progress them in their soul action. They are going to be repeating some shit. It's really hard to kind of balance those things though. Yep. Absolutely, Joy. That is why I've been reflecting so much, especially even after VG passed. And taking full responsibility for what happened and saying what I put out. And we talked about this. We talked about last night about projection being. We always talk about you're projecting things on other people, but you can project good things on them too. And when I'm so hateful of somebody, it's because perhaps I see something in them that I see in also myself. And then that makes me wonder and think, hey, why am I so hateful? And it's because of what this person does. And then I can quantify that behavior to them and move through it and be like, I can still hate what they do. I can still hate who they represent and hate what they bring forth and think that they're a waste of atoms. But we're still connected to them in the spirit world. They are still a part of the same universe that we are. And that is a hard pill to swallow. I'm off my soapbox.
And I can't get there. I'm working on it. I still hate the person. And I'm having a hard time with that. With separating the behavior, thoughts, words, and actions with the soul. Because then I think you have a dirty soul. Who am I to say you have a dirty soul? I can't separate it, and I'm having a hard time. It would be better if I could. And the group that I'm studying from now believes that. Believes that you should never do harmful things no matter what. Think hateful things no matter what. And I really think that maybe too much so that I was like a little mouse before and would never confront people, and now I might do it too much, but I feel like, no, it's not okay that you do that. Some family member yesterday. What am I outraged about? Right now, it's that I'm going to do this other job and seeing the park rangers and the office staff and administrative staff of this building not able to work, and I don't think they're getting paid. But to think, and I may be wrong, that Congress people are getting paid when they're the cause of this government shutdown. That's what I'm outraged at right now. And it really hit me hard. I'm really sad yesterday thinking about that fact that, you've got these people with families and local and have nothing to do with this government shutdown and being affected. And I bet you if I look it up, I bet every congressman, every senator is all getting paid. I bet they haven't seen any reduction in their pay. That could be wrong. That's what I'm outraged about. And I'm really having a hard time, which I want to learn, to connect the person back to the soul, because I'm also outraged at just the stupidity. Like, I'm really trying to be better now about not following like Facebook and stuff like that, but like the stuff that's just so true and stupid that these people say, do, whether they believe it or not, it's just, that's enough to outrage anybody. But I wish and hope that I can get back to that they have a soul part, because I right now I could care less. I don't want them to. I mean, I'm put myself into trouble. I'm not saying I want them to, but if certain ones of them died, I would not be sad that that energy is not connecting with the universe anymore through them.
If you wouldn't be sad about them, then you have to not be sad about anybody else. In my opinion. So, for example, if I were to die tomorrow, I'm losing my fear of death quickly, because I feel certain things around me happening that I can't explain or understand, but that remind me that we are all connected to something bigger and larger than us, and it's out there. And if I have to be okay with my energy leaving, then I have to be okay with their energy leaving, and vice versa. The problem is, for me, their impact on this current world as a stage for us to learn is so negative. But that's because there's so many people that need to learn these lessons. I cannot tell you how many people really have thought about what it means to change parties, for example. There's a really good podcast, and I can't remember the name of it on YouTube, and she's Take Two, I think it is. Take Two Mom, or Mom Take Two, or Life Take Two, maybe. Where she is she was Mormon, Republican, and just staunch, and now she is liberal, Democrat, and not Mormon, an atheist, actually. And I think people like Trump exist because souls like us need to learn something about the situation. My lesson from Trump is to let go of the bullies that bullied me when I was a kid, and adults, and to realize that it's not my job or role to support him or to give him any of my energy. I can still hate what he does. I just don't have any oomph anymore left to hate him. My oomph now is, how do I get myself right? How do I put myself in the right space? How do I grow from what I'm seeing and help other people grow? Because let's face it, he has given us the impetus to change ourselves to be more tolerant. He has given people reason to finally understand or be truly who they are. He was a magnifying glass and a label maker, which we needed in order to see where people stand and have these conversations so that we can grow as a group. And that, to me, feels like the universal lesson for me. That doesn't mean that lesson has to be the same for somebody else. We need fighters. We need, haters. I think we need everybody. Back to what Dragon said is, I will tell you this. As far as mourning, I will not mourn the oppressors either. I will never support them. I will not mourn them. I do not mourn the passing of Charlie Kirk, but that's also because I believe his soul is now getting its review, and it's going to be put back on this planet as a transgendered female, male, whatever, transgendered person, and he's going to have to realize, oh my God, I was this person before, and that is good. Something is going to happen to him. Not that being trans is a punishment, but to him it would be. And I think that soul is going to go through it, and I think we all are going to go through these things. But I truly believe that he will get what he needs from the universe. I don't need to give it to him. So I'm not mourning, but I'm also not celebrating. There was a lesson to learn in all of that. I now know more about people who mourned him but are excited that a trans person died. Okay, those are the people that I don't want to associate with.
What did he do wrong with one? He didn't have an education. I guess that's not a...
I don't know about that. To me, and I have been watching Charlie Kirk for well before the situation happened, because I don't like him. I haven't liked him. He is a false prophet. He speaks on things and uses the Bible against people and debates, thinking that he is right versus having a conversation. As far as I'm concerned, he was an absolute shit human being, a complete fraud. And I have that not based on what people say now after the fact. I've been watching him for years before, when the whole Change My Mind movement got started. Because I've always listened to things that I don't agree with. It's been my thing. Like, I've listened to podcasts I don't like. I listen to people talk that I don't like. He believed that people who are gay or are different shouldn't exist. Period. And that's enough for me. I don't need anything else.
And I'll be mean. And now he doesn't exist. Period.
Yeah, his human doesn't exist, but I think his soul does.
Exactly. And his
and so there's space for that.
Does, yeah.
I've never liked him either. Like but you know, not having a bashing session on that either. There was a soul behind him, and I do believe that there were things that he struggled with. As we see somebody making poor choices with drugs or other things, you know, we feel sorry for them. He made poor choices. Unfortunately, they had a high impact on other people, and that's very sad. There's a debate that he did in London, I think it was, or somewhere in the UK, and he got his ass handed to him, and he was so arrogant about it. And I'm like, this dude doesn't care about anything other than trying to be right, and that's just not a good way to be. I don't like it.
I don't like his way.
So, yeah. Nick, absolutely. Do you think that my message that I'm sharing right now has the same impact as Charlie Kirk? No, because of the people who I speak to, but also no, because I'm not advocating for hate towards him at all. He would advocate that towards us. So, you know, that's something to consider. But yes, everybody has a potential for impact. He had a large platform. He was a millionaire, and he used it to try to push Christian nationalist views. Period. That's what he did, and that's okay. He did it. He failed miserably. His whatever's going to pay for it. That's not for me to determine in my newness of what I've been seeking lately. It's not up to me to even worry about it. What it is for me to worry about is I have seen negative impacts on human beings because of the type of things that he says, and him using his platform for that was just very unfortunate. But enough about that.
So I would like to get there to where to connecting these people to having souls. It's very hard.
You would have to first believe in souls,
because I really resonate with telling people about themselves from the left hand.
Here's the thing, though.
While being very kind.
Here's the thing: you can still, and this again, my opinion, my process. We still need angry people, because angry people make things visible so that some of us that aren't angry can take action. So protest. Absolutely agree and believe with protest. Love the No King turnout.
Yes.
So I don't think you have to give up your human emotions, because you can still have them, but you recognize that emotion's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
But before you get there, you have to evaluate your stance on souls. Do you believe souls exist? Do you feel that this is something that is speaking to you in that manner before you can go that route? And if not, that's fine. I believe we need atheists. I believe we need Christians. There are some amazing Christians.
Yeah.
We need all of them. But what we don't need is people using extremely large platforms to denigrate others or say that they are wrong about the choices they make in their life. And that's just, yeah. Exactly.
You know what really gets me, because I was thinking, like, I was gonna make a point. That would be like me and a big group, like powerful people, targeting Christians as a thing, and they play that victim, but they've never been targeted. They play the victim that they've been targeted. They've been the aggressors and the
since
hate.
Medieval times and further.
And so they're like, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm present. No, you're not, bitch. You're the one doing the hateful stuff.
Yeah.
You're not. Nobody's ever, like, giving Christians a hard time.
Because the way Christians see it, and this is understandable based on their religion, because I was Christian for a long time, at least in theory. Actually, no, it wasn't. I was forced upon it as a kid, and I got out of it. I never really believed. So the many of the nationalists, I will say specific to them because that's really where it comes from. The Christian nationalist movement is really the far right, and the real Christian, extremism. Their belief is they have to proselytize to you. They have to tell you about the word, and if you disagree with them, or if me existing is pushing it on this, so I hear this all the time. You can do whatever you want if you're trans, but I don't have to bend to your will. Nobody's asking you to bend to your will. We're asking you to call somebody by their preferred name. You do it all the time. My name's John. Call me John. My name's Brian. Call me Brian. My name is, I go by Dick, but my name's Richard. Why target them and say, oh, that's forcing me to their beliefs? It's forcing you to believe in somebody being trans. They're just asking you to be kind. And if you can't do that, fuck off and get off of our channel. Our channel's small, doesn't matter. But if you believe that people don't deserve their own existence, their own ability, again, just like they do, I believe Charlie Cook deserves his own existence. And Trump, I agree. Again, as I said earlier, soul's connection. These things are really there. I believe that I have sadness for who they've become and what they are using their platforms for, but I don't agree with wishing them death. I don't agree with their demises. I think, there's potential for learning, and you can't learn once you're dead. Do I believe somebody like Charlie would ever learn or change? No, but you know what? People do all the time. Nobody through their life learns. Well, I can't say nobody. That would be a lie because it's probably not true. The majority of people in life presented with two options, they're not going to become hateful of trans people because they will start out that way and they will become loving of trans people or accepting, right? You don't hear about people, I love trans people and now I hate them. No, because that's not the normal way to go. So it's just really, really important that we do that we have that space and availability for everybody to exist.
I was looking at Nick. I can kind of see about the bathroom thing. I always thought it's kind of nice when places just have individual bathrooms, but I see where that can get into an issue or have concerns. I can kind of see where that could be an issue. I don't think that's hateful at all.
It is hurting us in elections, but it's not worth it to minimize it to change it. And I'm not registered Democrat. I am a registered Libertarian actually, but I really vote independent.
You know what triggered me into this thing about taking that too far? And I tried to be open-minded. I said, okay, I have no choice, even how I felt the election was rigged, which I think it was. But regardless, when the outcome was what it was, I said, I'm going to accept this and try to keep my mind open to this. It stopped the first sentence that man said, and he said, there are only two genders. After that, I didn't hear another fucking... Because you didn't have to say that. So they are pushing that issue to me. They're the ones pushing that hate and making it a big deal.
Absolutely.
So ever since he said that, there are two genders. I have not listened to a word that man said, and I've just had hate building up, and would celebrate the day that he's no longer here, but that's what I'm working on for myself, I guess. He's the one that started that. I don't think it would be such a big deal.
Yeah. It really is.
They're making it a big deal.
It really is not the Democrats making the trans issue a big deal. It's we have to support each other and we have to support them publicly. And if that is what's breaking it, then it's going to break it. It's unfortunate. And maybe we'll have Republicans in the party or people who think like that for the rest of my entire life. It's not worth, to me, folding that belief that I have to support trans people, because I know people in real life who are trans and they deserve every bit of joy, happiness that I do. And to say that the Democratic Party has gone too far, I think is really, unfortunately, a disservice to them and would be very hurtful and harmful. I do agree with you, though, that the trans issue is part of the reason we're failing as a Democratic Party, but it's not the Democratic Party that's pushing it. It's him. It is Trump speaking and pandering to his people, who some are waking up now, finally.
Oh my God, one of them that I don't agree with a lot of what she says, but I'm really feeling her lately on the.
Oh, please don't say that out loud. I'll have to cancel you.
I really feel her on the fact about the Epstein files.
I
I'm not
agree.
gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot about it because people say, if it was released, it's such a big scope, then it would release the fucking names. I don't care if it's Democrats,
Well,
Republicans,
they already said
everybody.
they
in our
already
government.
said they were rewriting it and removing all the Republican names off the list. So
Not
that's
only
why
the Democrats.
MTG wants it out now because all the Republicans' names are off.
So I am loving MTG now, which I never thought I would
Nope.
say. But on this issue, like for whatever reason she's doing it, the molesters, that is disgusting and they need to be held accountable. I don't care if it's Hillary Clinton, Democrats, celebrities, church people, Republicans, Democrats, they all need to be and gut them out and put them in jail. Foreigners, foreign governments, put them in jail. I think there's one reason could be, I thought about this yesterday, that they're not is because they're worried that foreign governments will bomb us or something because they're involved. I don't know.
What are you talking about? I missed
The Epstein files.
Oh,
It was one reason.
they're not worried about that. They're worried about it because the names on the list include people, all of them. They're all on the list.
Yes, I saw that, Dragon. Or like that he gave it up. Was he stripped or did he give it up because either way, it was because of a focus on him because of those files. And I don't want to turn into this kind of podcast just about that, but that's
Well,
we were talking about people that we would normally support.
we're talking about hate and how hate is a reflection more of us than the person that we're hating. But to tie it back in, I feel like that there's like, I think Joy and Dragon both touched on it. Your anger, your hurt, your frustration, all these things, they have to exist. They are behaviors, they are feelings that we have to have because they are beneficial to us. But we, like I've said before, we just can't live there. We should have sadness, we should have grief, we should have hate, we should have anger, we should have all of it. But we can't live in those things. We have to, like Joy said, and Joy, this is something that I kind of developed when talking to her. You remember this, the allowance box, remember? That I have created in my mental space a box. It can be as small or as big as it needs to be. It's called the allowance box. And in this box goes things that I'm uncomfortable with so that I can examine them safely and comfortably from different perspectives and then decide whether I'm going to fold them into what I do. And I really want to pull that allowance box out when I hate something, when I am so angry. I did it with VG when she passed. I was so angry at myself for missing that shot. And I had to put it in this box and say, okay, what can I learn from this? Pay more attention, be here, be present. Things happen and you can't control them. Deal with it, be a human, move through it. All of these things come out of being able to put it in the allowance box. You still feel it, you still run through it, you still have to let it happen, but you put it over here in this box so that you can go in there and you can see it and say, you know what? I'm not going, it doesn't harm me to look at these things that are difficult. And that is so important. Really?
Disconnected.
Yeah. Can you hear us again? Can hopefully we're back. But what I was saying is, thank you. I have to disagree. Human biology allows for many different combinations. When you're talking about male and female, in my opinion, where your head is boys and girls, right? There's masculine and feminine, and I believe in the masculine and feminine energies of things, but human beings are not just masculine or feminine. We are both all the time at any given time, right? So when we look at, yeah, we're being targeted. I'm just kidding. When we look at biology, it is very, very inexperienced to say that biology only accounts for male and female. It absolutely does not. There is so much science behind this, and it is not new. This science has been around since before I was in nursing school, because in nursing school, guess what? We learned about chromosomal male and female, XX and XY. We learned about XXY, XYY, Klinefelter syndrome, Wagner syndrome, Turner syndrome. All of these things where people don't fit in that bi-directional or that, what do you call it? Dichotomous, I can't think of the word. Binary, male and female. So it doesn't exist. Not only in biology that does it not exist, but it doesn't exist in social construct either. It is all a falsity. I had a really hard time kind of connecting with my feminine side for a long time. I just ignored it and pushed it away because I didn't like it. because I was gay and I felt effeminate and I felt I didn't want to be effeminate, so I had to push the femaleness away. Am I a biological male that's capable of fathering children? Yes. But does that make me a man? Absolutely does not. Absolutely does not. It does not, Nick. I'm not going to argue this point, but I will say you can continue to have your feelings on it, but absolutely, completely disagree. Again, the topic we're talking about is there's biology, there's social construct. There's no one on either one. They are such a spectrum. And do I, like, for me, I absolutely believe that if a male feels female and have always felt female, even before they transition, that they're male. If that's what they feel and that's what their behavior and their biology is, that's so amazing to me. They get to be that. Doesn't mean the hormones don't make them a male. It's who they are inside. And if that feeling that they have that they are of the opposite gender, the amount of joy they get after transitioning just lets me know that it was the right thing for most of them. Not all of them. There's always going to be outside of that. But are you sure you gave me decaf?
I think so. Is that part of like the soul? Could that be their soul as male or female?
Well, I think our souls are agendered, and we can come back as male, female, and all the different kinds of things in between. So I think I've been a female in the past. I think we've all been female or male or vice versa in the past. I mean, it's just not, when it comes down to it, it's just not important. But it is important because those individuals are being targeted.
Like, why did it come to? I mean, I do understand the point or the concern or the thought about the bathroom thing, where that comes from. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it, but I mean, some things I can see where the points are coming from, whether I think they're valid or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, what angers me is, you know, and of course they're going to push the bad ones too, but the amount of trans people who have harmed or gay people that have molested people, there are out there.
Yeah,
they're out there
because they're human, and humans can be shitty.
That's not the reason they did it, but when you look at, it's the hypocrisy of the Congress people and the lawmakers and the Christian right that are caught up in doing this. I mean, it's like, that's what makes me mad. Like, it's all wrong. I'm not saying that, but don't focus on me when your Christian group or whoever is doing it, or your Pluto group or whatever.
Yeah, there is a trans person that I follow. I don't know them personally, but I follow. And that person has transitioned fully. They've had top surgery, bottom surgery, and they're on hormones. And they're just an amazing, kind person, and I love them to death. This person got arrested for going into the female bathroom because that's what the law said she had to do.
They told her to do it.
They told her to do it. They said, you have to. And then they arrest her for it. Like, make it make sense. What people are, I think what they're afraid of is they are afraid of that Christians, extremists or nationalists, or people who are holding it too hard, they believe that by allowing trans people to exist, that they're going to go to hell because they didn't speak out it enough. That's what I think. So, I do want to say, Nick, if you're still in, I do respect your opinion. You know, it is always welcome here, and I don't want to shut you down. I haven't seen any responses. Just want to say that out there. You can continue to believe and feel how you feel. That should always be a thing.
Well, they did say
but I disagree.
So they said they see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything after, so I wasn't sure what that was specific to. But regardless, your opinions are still welcome here. That's going to be always the thing for us.
That's cool, Gina. I like that. I just say I'm me.
Once we shut down the ability to communicate, then we've completely lost ourselves. But regardless, okay, good. I don't know if he gave. I think he gave me regular coffee because I'm hyper.
I don't think so. I give you a decaf.
I feel like I've had kava and kratom and I haven't. Maybe it's leftover from last night.
I just don't know why we're obsessed with people's private parts. Like, to me, that seems kind of perverted.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, it's being angry against black people is no longer in vogue, so they've got to transition it to somebody else. There's always got to be somebody to hate. It just makes no sense. Yeah.
I just like.
Well,
I mean, I don't care what you guys' private parts are. I know you don't care about mine, so why is people's private
yeah,
parts?
and if you come to me
Big
and you
deal.
look like a boy wearing a wig,
I'm not gonna ask you to show me your
yeah,
privates.
and you have a 5 o'clock shadow, and you tell me to call you Jennifer, I'm calling you Jennifer. Like it doesn't affect me. I don't get that. Like I really don't understand that. So yeah, Bob, I agree. I will say this: there are, and I'm being better with this because I used to be the wrong way because of my personal experience with Christianity. I have met and still believe that there are a ton of amazing Christians out there, and I do think if we peel back all the layers, the one God of Christianity is the same universal source that I believe in. I think all of us are trying to get to the same place through a different way, and that's okay. I do wish that less people would be, or more people would be less judgmental. I do wish that, thinking about even on the pagan side, like there's a lot of really angry pagans angry at Christianity because of how we've been treated in our personal experiences, and we shouldn't extrapolate that to the entire group. That's why it's more the nationalist part. Where's the other one? I hear.
Right here.
Okay.
He's over here.
Just want to make sure.
Baby.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, I remember her. Nope, you'll eat it.
No, baby.
Prim can't eat it. Sorry, Prim.
Is that Prim Prim?
Prim can't eat the stone, Prim.
It's just cute. Yes, different paths to the same ice cream shop. Even atheists, I think, I don't believe that when an atheist dies, that they're going to go to hell. You know that?
No.
I really think that they're going to get a review, and if they were a good person, they're going to have an opportunity to continue in some consciousness. Because these human brains are just, we are shitty at a lot of things. So I'm gonna make one comment on that, Nick, and then I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom and grab my tarot deck.
I'm gonna get my coffee. Do that real quick.
Yeah. Is there any more for me?
I don't know.
If not, it's okay.
I don't
I'll
think there is.
That's okay.
If not, do you want tea time?
Or
no?
the other one.
Ah.
So nobody wants you or anybody to accept gender transition. We want you to stop legislating them to not be able to exist in their own truth. We want them to be treated as human beings like you would anybody else. You can dislike them, you cannot like what they do, just like with gay people. You can do all those things, but we cannot legislate them as non-existent. And that's the problem. I don't want you to care about me being gay. I don't care if you tolerate or are okay with gay people. What I care about is that, I'm not saying you personally, but a person, that you, a person, supports a government or a rule that prevents me from getting the same benefits as you. That's what I care about. And that's what's happening. And even people who are transitioning, they don't want you to agree with their lifestyle or their choices because nobody cares. What they want is to be able to get on a bus, go to work, be treated the same at work, have the same results, have the same things, not be ridiculed. There's no need for you to point out and laugh, oh, that boy has a wig and a 5 o'clock shadow. What a freak. That's what we're trying to get rid of. Don't need it accepted. Don't need you to believe in it. I need you to support their right to exist. That's what we need, in my opinion. And that is where I run into all of my concerns, with most of that stuff. I don't want. Would it be nice though? Yeah. In my theory, somebody on the left-hand path lives their truth. If you're meeting up with somebody who is transsexual, and they are living their truth and they're happy, that's the most left-hand path thing you can do, is let them be them because they've let them be them. That is so pulled up till them. And see, and I just disagree. Man shows up wearing a dress. If he's just wearing a dress to be funny or do drag, then maybe, yeah, still a man. But that man gets to decide what he or she is, not me. And I kind of take that from how many people express maybe a lesbian that's really butch. People make fun of her and call her a man. No, she's a woman, and she wants to be a woman. She's emotionally a woman. She's felt like a woman. It just needs to be allowed to exist. But you don't even need to say it's still a man. That's kind of part of the problem too. If a man shows up wearing a dress, just say hello. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. You treating people well? Good. You don't abuse animals? Awesome. You have good friends? Great. You're a nurse? Really cool. You don't have to say anything about him still being a man. That's the point. That's just unnecessary. I don't meet somebody and say, oh, hi, Nick, you're a man. Hi, Melvin, you're a man. Hi, Gina, you're a girl. Hi, Dragon, you're a girl. That's not what I do when I meet people. I meet people and say, hey, there's a person in front of me. Kind of cool. Let's hang out. Let's do something. Let's, talk about things. So, but anyway, like I said, you are certainly entitled to that opinion. I think it's a little rough, but true, absolutely, so much truthful. In 99.9% of situations, it really doesn't, and it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't even be a thought, because that person is really doing what they want to do. And let's be also clear: trans people aren't just people showing up in a dress. I know I made that distinction, kind of saying it earlier and led down that path, but that isn't really a good representation. Trans people aren't just men wearing dresses. In my opinion, trans people are the gender that they feel, and that is the end of that. But again, when I think of it from the topic of our title that we got way off-centered on as a soul thing, if we recognize people like Namaste, my soul knows your soul, then none of this other stuff matters. Right? It just doesn't matter.
La petite.
There you go. I have to pee really bad.
Oh.
And then we're going to start tarot.
All right. No, I really am working on the whole seeing people have a soul thing. I'm really trying to work on that because I find it's been hard for me to reconcile being so angry or whatever. I did not know that. You were anti-trans?
I was when I was much younger.
Wow, okay.
I think I was jealous that they got to choose what they wanted.
Huh. Alright. In that episode, it doesn't matter. Oh. I missed some of that, what they were talking about, my petite. Ooh. I am so glad it's cooling off here. By cool, I mean like 85 degrees. How? What is the temperature like, Dragon, where you're at? And anybody in the north or somewhere, has it gotten cold yet? Meat suits.
Hey, little baby.
Too much concern on people's meat suits. Yeah. Oh. That's a little bit chilly. It's a bit chilly. What about Manny? How cold is it where you're at? With our 85 degrees here. And coming up, we didn't speak much about it. Is anybody doing anything special for Salann? Getting back to the magical stuff. New service for Salann is in transition, and a lot of what is said here will be touched on. Oh, nice. what is this? The 19th. Is that coming up next week? Joy. I really, you know, around Salann time, I don't think I missed it yet, but lady at my work told me to look into and try to. I was telling her about the Silent Supper, and she said, "Oh, that's kind of similar to Day of the Dead or whatever." To try, like my dad died, so of course I was gonna try to connect him here in Salann. But she said, "Why don't you try the Day of the Dead where you just put the food out and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Oh, man, that's interesting. I'm not part of that faith or practice, but I would love to learn about it. And maybe observe in that way." I think that's November 6th. Is Day of the Dead November 5th or 6th?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not sure. Talking about what we're doing for Salann.
You service next week.
I'm off next week, so that's good.
That's fun.
I work every other weekend now. Calvin.
Yes, so we are doing readings. All right, Manny.
I'm gonna hop off too. Thanks for the chat, guys. All right, Manny. Hey, you guys.
We got Kelvin.
Anarchist. Book safe to work.
Book sale.
Oh, book sale.
Interesting.
Oh,
that
cool.
sounds fun.
15th.
We have Kelvin, Gina, and Joel.
I want to practice doing this spread this week. The rose spread. So you'll have to let me read you this week with the rose spread. If you will. If you must, and if you shall.
Okay.
Right.
We've got four takers.
All right, let's get going. Who's first, Kelvin?
I am going to be using Season of the Witch, Salann Oracle.
You want me to take it up and show them? Like with the cards, or is the camera working?
The camera's working, but it's just a little messy over here. We'll try it.
Yeah, I can take it up there. I am using 8 Coins Tattooed Tarot, which is the very first tarot deck I bought myself.
Bob, we got you.
I love the imagery, and I haven't used it since. So I was walking past it today, and it jumped out at me to use it. You are willing and able, we are, of course. Of course. 8 Coins Tattooed Tarot. This is for Kelvin, right? Kelvin. I'm gonna do some like spread readings again.
I've asked you to do me a reading a couple times. You still haven't done it.
I did pull cards last time, but I want to do it more. I want to do another one.
I asked you again.
Oh, did you?
Sure did. Rude.
Well, let me do the rose spread.
All right, let's see if our camera.
Kelvin,
Hi, Cam.
Kelvin.
I know I shouldn't be using this to do that, but
Uh-oh.
sorry about it.
Come here. Who's jumping here? That actually was my mistake. That was not a jumper. It was just poor technique.
I'm gonna put this upside down so we can set our things against.
readings. Yeah, we are doing readings.
Don't shake too hard because I'll knock my things over that are blocking the sun.
Okay. So they can see.
So they can see. Yes, we are doing readings. If you'd like a card, Nick, just let me know. I'm reading from the. I usually do tarot, but today I'm going to do an oracle. It's Seasons of the Witch, Salann Oracle.
Alright.
Seasons of the Witch.
Look at you.
Alright, Unexplained, we got you, my friend.
Let's see what that is. Something, a lot of wands. I don't know which way the card goes. It's there that way.
10x.
Oh, it's hidden up there.
Kelvin, it is your turn. Yes. Alright, James, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you.
Thank you, James.
Absolutely, Nick, we got you. And Unexplained, I got you in there as well. We have Kelvin, Jane, Joy, Dragon Bob, and Unexplained, and Nick. Have a good one, James. All right, Kelvin, go ahead.
Oh, this is working? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I pulled, I can say the word, I've never been able to say this word, 10 of wands. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wands, not wands.
Not ones.
Wands. So, it's telling me the end of a project is almost there. Just don't mess with it too much, because you don't want it to collapse. But you're almost complete with a project, a passion project, and it's almost done. Don't alter or modify much because you don't want to mess up the whole thing.
All right.
I got it.
Kelvin, the Salann Oracle has brought you the Bat, the number 6 card.
Ooh, wings.
It says that you should invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. One of the things that I think is cool about the bat is we thought for a long time that bats only communicate with, or can locate with the echolocation with sonar, but we now know they also, most of them have really good eyesight. They're just amazing little beings that can do all different kinds of things. And they use all of their resources to survive, right? And they do all of these just things in the night, right? So when the bat shows up, to me, I get that people are afraid of that which we do not know, and we're asking you, the Salann Oracle is asking you, to bring in all those things that are in the darkness and use them as power, use them as things that will help you grow. So take a deep look into the hidden, find what is down there and what scares you or what you might be afraid of, and turn that into your biggest and best weapon of support.
Alright,
Gina's up next.
Gianna Chakran. Hi, Gianna Chakran. Cards are stuck. Can I use them?
Gina, your first card for me is Elements. This is the number 16 card. So it says to remember to feel the warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of Mother. True harmony awaits you. One of the cool things, and I love working with elements, like elements are so incredibly important to me. What you're seeing here is you're seeing air, you're seeing earth, you're seeing water, you're seeing fire. There are cardinal points. These are the things that represent our knowledge, that represent our passions and strengths and drives and will, our emotions and compassion, and our strength and our fortitude. And so when we bring all these elements together, first in the soul world, second in the womb as we're being born, and we are called to remember those beginnings and pull that in elements in and see how we can pull all this stuff together and make new things out of it. So I would say the elements card, the Salann Oracle, is saying make sure to be mindful in your environment of all of the elements that you see and try to incorporate them in whatever it is you're doing lately.
All right, and I pulled from Tattoo Tarot 6 of Swords, and this is telling me it's about leaving ideas or thoughts, not so much beliefs, but behind. You're going away from them, maybe something that's been on your mind lately, and you're trying to get away from it or thought too much about it. You'll know what it is. Just kind of leave it behind. You're going away, and those things aren't serving you anymore.
Love it.
All right. These cards are so pretty. And then we're going to
Joy. Let's see what we get for joy.
pain. Cards. Welcome. It's funny how Deborah would only read with the major arcanas. The other cards like looking at a stop sign 100 miles away.
Joy. Your first card is Wolf, number 44.
Devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. I love wolves, and I love their representation of primalness, but also strength. There's so much to consider when the wolf comes into our lives, and like it says, it's take it all, devour it, pull everything into your existence that you have done, and don't hesitate. You really have this calling to apply everything that has come in and just devour it and use it and put it where it needs to go and call it and manifest it and make it happen. I like what it says on the card where it says run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. So it's almost saying like it's an instinct that you have all these things already, and let you be free. Run wild with the wolves. I like that card.
And I pulled the Page of Wands, and you've got a little fox looking up at the sky. His tail has some fire on it, and he's looking at this little one, and it's just saying, follow that little spark of interest this week. The minor to your major will be like in college. This is the minor, and it's something that interests you, that maybe it's not a big focus, but it's worth it to spend some time and attention on it this week. And follow that little fox. If he goes into the Fey Garden or wherever, it'll
Follow
be fun.
him.
It's about fun. You'll enjoy it. Follow the little curiosity. All right. Oh, I don't know if I put it up, but I can see it now.
All right. Dragon, fox, and wolf. Yeah, 2 animals. That doesn't always happen, does it?
That's the second Wands card.
Dragon, you're up.
Dragon! Dancer!
Singing the
Oh,
wolves.
alchemist is not dancer, excuse me. Dragon
The
alchemist.
wolves have so much to say, huh? What are they saying? What song are they singing?
Singing a lot lately.
Dragon? Well, this just fits, doesn't it? Coming of Winter. So this number 11 card, which is also a pretty good sign, it comes in lullabies, deep within your mirrored flesh. It is time to lay your quivering chest upon the winter's coming. So to me, this is saying you guys are doing some type of preparation, whether it's spiritual or physical or, tangible. And the preparation of the coming of winter, when things start to slow down and die off and be calmer, and that it is time for you to get ready to rest along with it and allow yourself to rest and allow yourself to become part of the song instead of just, looking at it out a window. I think you're going to be outside a lot this winter.
All right. Another Wands. I pull King of Wands. Interesting enough, this is the major. If you were in college, this is the person, the expert, the adept that you would listen to. This could be yourself. It could be somebody close to you. You know who it is. Just listen to that King today about a project or a passion, something you want to do. The King will not let you down. Oh, I keep forgetting to bring it up closer. Sorry. See that? The King of Wands.
The King.
Ooh.
Yep, the life winter.
King of Wands.
Bob is up next.
Cards are so pretty. Ta 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 too.
Bob. Oh, we pulled elements again.
Ooh, elements. They're coming out. My wands and your elements.
Yeah, so elements, again, are really important. They're the basis of all things, and when elements shows up, it's really reminding you to pull in all of the elements and be aware and be cognizant of them around you. So the thought might be, Bob, this winter, or even sooner, going outside. For me, it's like sitting barefoot and then just run through the elements and your senses. All right, air. I'm breathing. What am I smelling? What do I smell in the air? Is there a freshness? Is there dampness? Like, what is in the air when you're sitting outside? The fire. It's like, do you feel the heat from the sun? The passion like welling up in you to do things. The radiation that you get from the sun, or even from a heater if you're inside when it's really cold. And then you have the water. You feel the dampness in the air, rain. You know, when you take a shower in the morning, you know, feeling the things kind of rolling off of you and letting them cleanse through you. And then, of course, earth. You feel the earth underneath you. It is supportive. It is holding you up. It will always be there in this life to give you support no matter how bad or how difficult things get. So go outside and just take in the senses, take in the elements, and be aware with the world around you.
All right. Another one. You guys see I've been shuffling. Ace of Wands. The torch is being passed. You may be offered the opportunity to resume leadership of something I don't get for work, but something more that's an interest. And it's saying, hey, this is the opportunity to take over and do it. Or you might be starting a new endeavor. Again, could be related to work if you're passionate about your work, but not necessarily. This is just saying it's a good time to start with that something new. To either take over in a new leadership of an existing thing, or to start with that something new you might have been thinking about. That
Diamond
is the
painting.
1, 2, 3.
I'm just kidding.
Diamond painting. That is the third wands I've pulled. King, ace.
Well, is that a message for your people, or is that a message for
I
you?
don't know. King, ace.
A lot of time, the message is for the reader when you see a trend.
King, ace. And what's the
In
other
my
one?
opinion.
Oh, page. King, ace, and page. It might be for me. Hey,
Yeah.
pay attention to the wands. The wands, the wands. We have
We really didn't touch on
unexplained.
any of the topics I had laid out today. That is
my
so
God.
awesome. I love those kind of shows.
Where this goes.
Yeah.
Unexplained.
Sorry, I'm just making sure we're still
Unexplained.
having a healthy stream here. Yes. Of course. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. Unexplained. The possibilities are.
What are your unexplained possibilities? I love that name.
Me too.
Always have, always will. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, thanks. I wanted it so bad and got it, and I've never used it. This is like 4 years ago. So it was calling to be used today.
Unexplained. Your card is Reflection from the Salann Oracle. Be wary of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad, and truths only spoken with a bleeding tongue. So I think reflection is this is really important this time of year too, and kind of like my thought space, my belief system, and reflection is not just seeing yourself as you truly are, but it's seeing what's a little bit different, right? When you have two pictures side by side, you're going to find what's different about those two things, and paying attention to what's different in your reflection and making sense of the things that are around you. So I would definitely recommend, maybe some, if you can, some deep thoughtfulness or meditation or whatever you call it, where you just sit and think, sit with yourself, what is it that I need to know right now about reflection? What is it that I need to reflect on or think about? And then make sure that when I find them, that I use them to my benefit. So it's a time of reflection. This time of year is all about the veil thinning and the need of reflection in the world. So,
And I did pull a couple clarifiers because I pulled, again, y'all saw me shuffling, and these have been shuffled well before too, even though I didn't use them much. Ace of Wands. So about that new beginning or taking over, and I said, well, what does that mean specifically? Then I pulled the Page of Cups. So it might be meaning as you start this something new or take over this project, you might want to listen to yourself or someone else that is very balanced with emotions and waters, to not allow ourselves to be emotionally excitable or reactionary or immature even while we're doing this project. And I said, well, what does that mean as we're paying attention to that Page of Cups, and the Hanged Man came up, and it's just maybe be careful that we're not overthinking things. It's good to consider different pieces or ways or thoughts, but for this one, it's not looking at different. It's just making sure we're not overthinking. So, as you're doing whatever this is, being aware of emotions or emotional stability, not overthinking it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but with the Ace of Wands, I had to draw a couple clarifiers because she was coming up quite a bit, and it can't be the same for everybody.
When will my reflection show
I'm going to be
who
singing,
I am
doing
inside?
this.
Which version?
Woo, which one? Okay, you're welcome.
Of course.
Nick
Is up next. Nick, Nickelodeon.
I like Nick.
All right, Nick. Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. Channeling my inner kid. My inner Nickelodeon. See what we got. All right.
It's a bad shuffle.
The Salann. Oops. Nope, I had a jumper. Let's do it.
Come on, do it.
Your card from the Salann Oracle is Broom, number 8. What dreams may come from what you seek? Make room, make way, a clearing need be. Ooh, so I really like brooms, right? So the broom represents so much stuff. We have a broom, a besom at our front door that we use to sweep bad energy away and to keep bad energy away. But the broom, when it's active in your life, is right. You need to do some cleaning.
Oh, cameras.
Yeah, it has a hard time here. And it won't zoom in on those words either. But the broom is designed for you to maybe think about it. And sometimes actually getting a broom and cleaning can help you with this mentation. But get the broom and sweep the door, sweep the area of where things come into your life. Or it can be metaphoric. You need to maybe clear some thoughts and some things and make way for some new information so that you can have this these things come in that you need to do, Like I said, it talks about from what you seek, making room. And that's what the broom does, right? You sweep the other things aside or you rearrange the things so that there's space. And when there's space, you can put new things into that space. Broom is really, really symbolic for me of negativity and keeping negativity out or pushing negativity out once it's already in and letting things kind of clear out. So make space for something because something big is coming your way.
I pulled 9 of Cups, so whatever that is, it's going to be so fulfilling on a spiritual, emotional level. It's just almost there, just hanging a little bit, and I know you're feeling that. You're feeling that fruition or satisfaction. You're feeling it. It's about to be there. Enjoy it, embrace it, and don't question it.
Love it.
Love these cards. Let's see if I can move it up a little bit. I'm sorry, I forgot to do
Yeah.
that.
This little camera, it's a cheapie and it's been knocked off the table like 10 times. So it's not doing amazing. Yeah, Bob, I'm just going to say what Joy said because there's nothing else to say after that, right? I have huge, we've talked about this before. I really feel like I've got a huge problem with imposter syndrome. And part of me trying to fix that is to tell myself, you know what? I actually am really good at my job. Because I do gauge myself at my job a lot. I'm valuable to my job. I do a lot of stuff for my job that other people couldn't do. And they need me. And if they don't see that, then somebody else will. I still have the imposter syndrome though. Still sits there. It's a hard one to get rid of. So, yeah. Guys, that was fun. I really enjoyed today's conversation. I know we went off topic. We do that a lot, but that's okay. I really think it's important for us to have open conversation and to have discussions about things that matter. And I think what truly matters in the end is just that we are all trying to do the same thing, and we all deserve the right to try to take our own path. And it is much easier when you choose kindness and allowance for others, because then they can give it back to you and to others. So what we do now really affects people in ways that we don't know. Holding a door open for somebody when they're having a bad day, just all of these things that we can choose to do with kindness can really have an impact. So just remember that before we go jumping out. So not trying to lecture the groom, but I think you guys all know that. It bears minding in my own life that life is fleeting and we're only here for a very short time, and there is a bigger experience awaiting us. I think that is extremely important. Nick, we absolutely agree with that. And even if we ever get heated and have conversations like that, there is not a conflict. We will always have the open conversation, for sure.
Never bad feelings.
Nope.
Ever.
We're not, again, like that's my lesson lately, is to let that be able to work through those things. And yeah, I'm not going to do it perfectly. And I'm still going to have strong opinions. That's how it works. Yeah, no, you are welcome here for sure.
Always.
Again, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a good Sunday, and we will probably not be here next Sunday.
Yeah, what is next?
It's
Sunday?
either Bikes and Bulas or Sunday School. So we'll upload a video.
Yeah.
We promise. We've been doing better on that.
And then we got to check next weekend for you.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Yes. Have a good one.
Hey, have a good week. Rest of the weekend and week.
Bye.